All right. Boom, 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 boom. We good?
Y'all see it yet?
Oh, hold on. I was promoting it. You ain't on it yet.
I got it live. Y'all got live?
Yeah. It's live? Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's roll.
Yeah, okay. All right. Put it in. Let me know when you ready, G. You start out with whatever frame you want to start out with. Right? 5, 4, 3, 2. You ready?
And we're back. Season 4. Good afternoon. This is season 4, episode 12. And this is our wrap up for this season. Our last show we brought to you here. This is your digital leaders only digital show and podcast. We brought to you here by What a Change Mentoring Inc. and Tone Drone TV. And today, like I said, is our recaps of the season. And we'll be talking about a lot of things that we did, our gives, our takes, everything that we did in the community and everything. So I am one of the co-hosts, Kendell.
And I am Semaj. We ask that you please invite your friends to check out the Leaders Only show. Have a watch party, subscribe to our channel, share, like, hit the bell, and comment below. And if you're watching after the live stream, always remember you could put hashtag replay in the comments and let us know that you were here.
Yes, man. We can't wait for that.
Yes. So right now we know that it's a lot of people on the road that celebrate holidays, and travel is a big thing. Today is what they would consider New Year's Eve. So traveling could be challenging. I know the Metro is extending their hours for the celebrations. Metro lines will operate on a regular schedule during the holiday and actually New Year's Day as well. And Metro's 24-hour bus service is recommended, and parking is free at all Metro-owned facilities on holidays. Note that the Red Line construction will persist throughout the holidays, so be sure that you check the Metro Rail schedule and help plan your travel. Give yourself about an extra 30 to 45 minutes if you're traveling, and that's if you celebrate the holidays or not. Be safe. This is the time, again, to buckle up. Be mindful today that tomorrow is still Monday. So if you are going out celebrating, you don't have to overdo it. If you have children, you want to get home to them. If you have a family, you want to get home to them. And you always want to remember that life is bigger than you. So remember that you got things going on in your life that are bigger than just one night. Have a good time. Please be safe. And bundle up, because it is going to be a little chilly overnight. It was chilly this rising when we got up. It was 28 degrees.
Absolutely, man. So, yeah, as bro said, man, it's always good to be safe in this time. And just know I'm one that was just traveling and on my way up here, so it is a lot of traffic out in the DMV area, coming from the Tidewater, coming from the South area. And also, people just not traveling for, like, the New Year. People are traveling because there's games going on, it's NFL games going on. So it's just a lot of traffic and commotion going on. So just be mindful and be safe, yeah, as always.
Yeah, and one of the main topics in which you see the show title is about T-Mobile pretty much stepping in and invading our privacies with the cell phones. I believe tomorrow I'm going to get rid of my T-Mobile account and I'm going to go ahead and go with Xfinity. But cell phone fines for disagreeable content, according to the carrier, will become a reality in 2024. T-Mobile has updated their terms of service, TOS, to include fines for content they don't agree with. Beginning January 1st, 2024, they will fine users who commit violations on their bandwidth. Sex, hate, alcohol, firearms, and tobacco outlines the categories of text messages and is enforced and monitored by mobile carriers. In an earlier show, we discussed how fentanyl can be purchased through texting and other means of social media. If being fined for cell phone text messages of this nature will deter people from selling illegal drugs this way, It may not be a bad thing. Censoring our text messages, on the other hand, may be a good thing, even though it's already being done without penalty. You want to share your thoughts first?
So I don't really agree with it because I mean I get their intentions, but I just think that our privacy is our privacy. Now you're going a little bit too far by telling me what I could do in my phone. You know, I trust my own integrity, you know, to stand on what I stand on. So I know I'm not one of the people that's taken into the stuff that's going on. So it's just like, bro, like you can't just make it your way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't agree with that. We understand it's for the safety and things like that, but that's what you got law enforcement for. That's what y'all are for. That's what these people are hired for. Like now I just feel like it's going into the world of robots and they trying to eliminate more jobs and make it less work and make it easier for them. Bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't agree with it, so yeah, that's my take on it.
Yeah, I think it's definitely an invasion of privacy. I think T-Mobile is stepping in where parents should be. I also think that T-Mobile, I really would have to do some research on the owners and stuff like that, but I do know, like with Facebook and stuff, I know that they come from government agencies, so I believe that this would be no different. I do believe that regulating, you know, drug use and offensive language, it would be cool for kids that are under 18, but when you're over 18, I mean, we have our First Amendment, you know, and we're trying to fight for our First Amendment right. While, you know, we're constantly losing our rights and it feels like we're constantly losing our freedom and our free will that the Most High gave us.
Right.
So in that regard, I believe that that's a bad idea. I believe that a lot of people are going to get taken by storm because they're not going to read on the rules and regulations of this. So I think it's going to affect people in a crazy way,
right.
in a real way, especially with such a hefty fine. Yeah, I believe, like, then I also think, like, man, how, you know, emails and stuff went away with different cases and stuff like that. It was very, very, very popular political cases that were going on.
Especially around the time of the Trump and Clinton time. So, like,
so if they could get rid of emails and stuff like that, I believe that it should be the same way across the board. But I also believe that we the people, if we the people were to unite, we made a post on our page, I believe yesterday or the day before, unity is our wealth. So if we united, we wouldn't even have a lot of these issues or people doing things to us that we feel is unfair. The thing is that we all have so many different perspectives that even in uniting, I think that it's going to be hard to. Right now, I don't know what we can do, just being so divided. But as an individual, I'm going to just go ahead and change my policy. I was already going to change it anyway because I transferred to T-Mobile through Sprint, in which a lot of people did. And then now Xfinity is actually cheaper if you have the cable service or you have the Wi-Fi. So I let my mom and my sister go out like a guinea pig first because they had it. They've had it for about a year now. And it actually is cheaper. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go to Xfinity to solve that issue. But to those of you who don't have T-Mobile or who do, I just believe that this is the signs of the times of where we're going, and it's going to be more invasive. And I think a lot of people are going to give up more of their rights on the lines of, you know, moving with technology when we get to chips and stuff like that. I think people are going to believe that it's so cool and that it's so forward thinking that they're going to give up a lot of their rights just on the signs of a new phone being dropped.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I know moving forward, there was a story, see a lot of stories just scrolling up and down on Instagram about a husband who killed his wife, killed his daughter, killed his stepdaughter, and his stepson was in critical condition. We couldn't find the intricate details of it, but just like this is just a sign of things that go up and down the timeline, especially mine. This is what I mean by being an empath. When you see something, I mean, you just be like, dang, like what is going on there? What could have happened? What was this brother going through? Did he have bipolar disorders? Did he have post-traumatic stress disorder from being in the military? Like I said, it's going to unfold more as time progresses, and we'll probably be able to come back with some of the info in the next season. But around this time in which majority of people celebrate holidays and stuff like that, you just wonder why and how, and you know what type of hate for self was there that could be projected into these people. Now I do know that there's always another side of the coin, which I don't always agree, but I do understand or understand what people may be going through in terms of may didn't have the finances, you know, may have been disrespected. You ain't my dad. You know, if a woman call you, tell you broke, you know, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that. I mean, the pride and the ego is such a strong threshold on men and women. But in this regard, we're talking about men. So our pride and our ego is one of the main things that we either need stroked or it could be harmed. And when you bruise somebody's ego and their pride and they're not healed, they're gonna lose straight to emotion. Yeah. And I believe that this was just an emotional set of actions that one day he's gonna, and he didn't kill himself, so one day he'd be sitting there thinking what he did, you know, playing that back multiple times. But I do know that when people have mental issues, especially if they, you know, you never know if medicine was involved or if street drugs were involved. I've seen people, you know, do street drugs and turn into a whole different person when you're talking about crystal meth or embalming fluid. That type of stuff, you know, takes you out of your body and you think you're doing something else. So only thing I can say is, like, man, my heart, and I mean, I know it sounds redundant and it's never enough, you know, that can help a family really cope, but my prayers go out to them. And the only thing that we can do, man, during these times, be it holiday or not, like I continuously keep telling people, this is the time where we're supposed to be sitting around having conversations with your family, because there's darker days coming, you know. There's things going on all around, and are we prepared? Are we prepared if the water goes out? Right. Are we prepared if the power goes out? Are we prepared, you know, if an emergency was to take place? What are we prepared for in terms of hitting that red button? You know what I mean? Are we communicating? A big part of seeing if somebody is stressed or if they having any mental issues and stuff is just conversation. Yeah, because the you know, verbal tarnish is always something that's gonna cause rage. Yeah. You know, especially to a man that holds his pride. You know, that think, even if, okay, you know, as men we put our own pressure on ourselves. So to bash him, and if he's not where he want to be, you know, just to, like I said, that causes rage, and it makes you weak inside. You know what I'm saying? So that's never good. And then just the whole wrap around of the tradition and the worldly thing of this holiday, and people make it so big. The pressure you feeling that to somebody that you telling, oh, Santa coming for you, and then you let them down, and it's just a lot with that. So it causes that's the problem. I'm so glad we in a stage of our lives where where it's over with. For me, we passed that. We passed that in the stage, and we're growing to where we're growing. So, man, I 100% agree with you saying that we cannot give this family enough support when it comes to a loss, you know, but multiple losses.
And and he's lost, because when he wake up, whenever he wakes up, it's gonna hit him. The son that's in critical condition. You know, so absolutely. Just pray that he fight through and make it, because that's a life that could be saved. And if he does, and when he does make it, not if, but when he does make it, his testimony is gonna be something so powerful. You know, sorry for it to say like that, but I mean, when the Most High don't take you out, you're here for a reason. Yes, so sir. You'll be able to be here to identify other people's issues, who are going through the same thing, especially younger people. But that's true. You know what I mean? Yeah. We make such a big fuss and a financial fuss over these materialistic days, where it's not even about love. You know, it's, did you get me something? If you didn't, that relationship is going to be bruised. You know, being here at the DOSA, just one of the co-workers, you know, we were speaking about how his check, you know, was a little bit short and it was messed up, so he had to wait for the next one. But in the midst of that waiting for the next one, his girlfriend broke up with him. You know what I mean? I was just telling him, they're young, so I was just telling them, like, bro, you're gonna have so many more girlfriends, but that's a true sign of somebody's character. When you can't, if I can't come to you and tell you, babe, I ain't got it,
I really don't have it. And what I do have is going to keep a roof over my head. It's going to keep food in my belly. It's going to allow me to travel. It's going to take care of the necessities.
That's what I need.
Are you good? Are you breathing? Do you have a roof over your head? Do you have food? Those are the things that you're supposed to ask when in a relationship. Those are the things that's supposed to mean something. Are you supporting my healing? Can I speak to you? Can I be vulnerable with you? Can I be transparent with you? You know, can we go for a walk? You know, what's your plans for, you know, the new year come March? What are you trying to see yourself? What you trying to accomplish? Are you helping me? Are you helping support me? Did you run to the courthouse for me while I was at work to pick up that paperwork, or did you go online? Those are gifts that are priceless that people look over every day because it didn't come in a box with a bow, and you can't show it off on Instagram. You know what I mean? But I like to always, you know, refer to the Dennis Rodmans of the world, or, you know, the AC Greens of the world. Their stats don't show up in the stat sheet, but they're a big reason why you win the championship. You know what I'm saying? The type of stuff that don't show up in relationships, you know, or on social media representing relationships. But that's the type of stuff that keep all relationships together, be it plutonic, be it homeboy, be your family, brother, sister, sibling, be it a relationship with, you know, intimate, communication, comprehension, support. Feeling loved, you know, by loving yourself so that love should illuminate. Being able to hear you when you're not speaking because I'm attentive. Those are a lot of things that people, you know, take for granted. But those are the gifts, you know what I mean? Making sure you ate and had a long day on your feet, and I knew it, rubbing your feet, you know, rubbing your bathwater. You've been working all day, you coming home and not having to work again, so it doesn't feel like you have 2 full-time jobs, you know what I'm saying? Just taking a load off of people, and where we're going.
Just recognizing, you know, paying attention. That shows appreciation. Being attentive. That's showing that you care. You know, it don't have to always be the finance, bro. Just like you said, you put in the time. You thoughtful. Yeah. You know, the thought.
That's big for
matters.
Me. Listening.
Thought. You know,
I like people who listen and hear me. You know, and then apply.
Absolutely.
You know, so that's big for me, but. Yeah, again, man, as we move forward.
That's why we continue to want y'all to be encouraged to do good things out here. Stay physically fit, keep your mental right, keep your emotion up, eat, you know what I'm saying? Just breathe, you know what I'm saying? Pray, walk, meditate, you know, do all these things to keep your health and mental and your physical and your uptake, and it gives off the right frequency to others, man. But if you recognize somebody else not doing that, or if you see somebody else in harm or in danger in themselves, or you can recognize somebody else's triggers and struggles, man, we got our own emergency hotline. At the number is 988. Never hesitate. You struggling, you need someone. It's not an immediate emergency as where it's life or death situation, and you can't reach 911. 988.
Yep, and during this season, please be safe and careful. We know carjackings is on the rise, especially in the DMV, so be mindful. And other criminal acts are always going on. As we prepare just to move forward into a new season, please just be mindful of your mental health condition. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, depressed, or not really yourself, just reach out to somebody. Always remember that you could check your insurance first. If you have Medicaid, Medicare, they definitely will help you. But then there's also other programs. It doesn't always have to be therapy. They have support groups as well. And there's volunteering is another way to link up with like-minded individuals, especially if you're supporting a cause. If you lost a family member to a certain ailment, they have support groups and different groups that you can actually volunteer with, as far as like lupus, breast cancer, Alzheimer's groups. They have the Wounded Warriors group. So just look, I'm pretty sure there's countless amounts of nonprofit groups, but if therapy is just not your thing right now, and it might be a little bit too dark at the moment, you know, guide your way into it. You can always reach out to other people and have no issues with.
Or if you go back, look in our past seasons, you can find all type of information, and just watching our seasons, that it's just people that you could talk to, reach out to. We reach out to the community so much around here, so it's a lot of things in there that you can find if you need any type of help. We pay attention just like as you should pay attention. We give out a lot of information. So leading up to that, bro, I just wanted to ask you, man, because things been going so great, man, for me, and I am real surprised that we are in ending our fourth season. The growth that we have. We've reached out to so many communities. We've been in so many different locations. We did so many interviews. So big shouts out to Justin Lee and all our special guests like that, as in J Flow. Justin Lee dropped the movie Turning Point, so big shouts out to him. Miss Pinky with the shelter and all the things that she does. Your therapist, big shouts out to him, man. And the highlight for me, I tell you, was the highlight for season 4 for me was, man, that post. The last thing was the post that AJ put out about his abs, right?
Oh yeah.
Being 40, right? He said, "You the reason," right? And then it just made me think, shoot, I was part of that. You know what I'm saying? Just given what I know in the things that I do in fitness and the little tricks of the trade, and I know that this person is a disciplined dude, and I know what he can do. So I just gave him the little trick in the trade that just do everything on the bar, and I'll show you what it do. And proof is in the pudding, man. It's just a little bit of hard work and effort, man. And he like that. So that's one of them. And then, like I said, the post and the phone call that I got from D'Angelo Green. That was another eye opener, and just hearing all the things that he take, and that's just how you live. You know what I'm saying? You produce the same thing, so that was just a blessing to hear that my brother is doing his thing out here.
Yeah, so we also want to just shout out the city of Capitol Heights, the city of Glenarden, the mayors of both cities of Capitol Heights and Glenarden, and all the council members. Special thank you and a special shout out to Council Member James for allowing us to build at the community garden and get in there and clean it up and get some plots. We look forward to the growing season this year. As I said, I know right now I'm still standing in the managerial position at the garden, so we look forward to see what we'll be able to do until we can't do it in that space any longer. But this is a great time. I know we've had about 4 or 5 harvests on greens alone.
Mm-hmm.
So just made a big pot last week, so they were very good. But yeah, man, as far as season 4, the fluidity, the ability to flow, the camaraderie, growing on camera. Better topics. I feel like we're picking topics that are starting to catch and mean something to other people. Just being versatile, being able to just pick up and be able to be on sudden change, being as though schedules do switch up, but not stopping, not missing the beat. I'm at work now. But if they want me on Sunday, I have to do what I have to do, because that's what you do in the world. You communicate.
Yeah.
If you're going to work in somebody else's business and stuff like that, you got to respect them. But when you first go in, you communicate and you tell them what you have going on too, and you meet in the middle. You know what I mean? And you just utilize your work ethic. I feel like I said, I feel like that was one of the things that I just appreciated, that all this hard work and this staying consistent. Like AJ said, he's been taking the product since 2018. So beyond just working out, taking the herbs, being disciplined in his own kitchen, that's a tribute to loving yourself. Watching what you put in your body, watch what coming out your mouth, watching what you put in your mouth. That's a form of self-love. That's a form of discipline and obedience. And I'm excited to see more people, come out that way. They always say, that 90%, is being controlled by 1%, while 5% is being, the discipline. They out of the matrix, while the other, 5% don't even know what's going on in its entirety. They don't even know. So I cater to that 5%. You know what I mean? I'm not shooting at 90% no more. I don't ever want to be as big as your Jeff Bezos or the P. Diddy's or the T.D. Jakes or any of these, you know what I'm saying? Because I heard that this rising when I was on Station Head. I was on Uncle TT's show, and he was just saying, he's a young guy. I think TT like 29, but he was just saying that this year taught him that all that value that he put on people that he looked up to, they let him down. You know, this was a year of letdowns, but it was a year of revealing that you need to be putting yourself on that pedestal and working on yourself as much as you got all that energy for all these famous people or people in general that aren't you. I think we go out of the body so much without coming inside and honoring and value ourselves. You know, we look at other human beings that get dressed just like we do, like they better than us. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like that was great, but I knew when we first started that it was something. I just didn't want it to stop. You know what I mean? I'm cool with building a house brick by brick. Before you even get that, you got to have wood. You got to have a blueprint. You know what I'm saying? So it's great to start off low and then continue, because then you can see yourself go up, being as though if you start real high, the only thing you're going to see is yourself come down.
Yes.
So very thankful for Tone, very thankful for Miss Denise. I'm very thankful for getting one event off. I look forward to now us being able to work on merch, us be able to put our heads together so we can start doing things that bring in some type of monetary value so our show can continue to get bigger and better. I'm very thankful that we passed 100 subscribers organically.
Appreciate it.
Without even having to put a budget and stuff behind it yet. So continue to get better and stuff, but it's going to be some stuff where people get to go back and still get some fruit every time, you know, they look at it, even if they catch us season 6, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
They'll be able to go back from 1 and grow and learn from it. So that's always been cool. And addressing the tough issues such as the fentanyl crisis, health and wellness, you know, indigenous youth suicide, just to name a few. And I know from myself, I just pray that y'all enjoyed season 4, that y'all look forward to it, watch it some more, share it to other people, especially when these topics that we speak on come up, and it may not be you, but it may be a family member. You may not have the right words. Just send the link over. It may give them something, you know what I'm saying? So let's just get in the habit of that. And in closing, if you want to close us on out.
Man, in closing, this is your Leaders Only digital show and podcast, live streaming every Sunday at 2:30 from the Garden in Temple Hills, Maryland, or sometimes we'll be in a different location. We change like the weather, baby.
Yeah, we got the other garden, Capitol Heights.
And we had the other garden there, that's in Capitol Heights, right?
Yeah.
But we appreciate our 100 subscribers. We thank y'all. We love y'all. This is season 4, episode 12, finale. We hope that y'all enjoy. We ask that you watch our past all the way up and catch up. Keep watching and paying attention, because you know we get out in the community. So share, like, watch party, barbecue, family reunion, whatever you want to do, just throw a party. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, click the bell, email us at leadersonly22@gmail.com.
Yes, and feel free to send us topics, reach out to us, send us over if you want to, if we should cover something that you know coming up in the spring, and if there's any guests that you think that would be fitting for our show. They don't have to be too big or too small. We're open to have open conversation and dialogue with anyone, especially if it's fruitful and positive. And if you guys know of any rehab facilities or any people that work at rehabs or stuff like that, please send us their information so we can reach out to them, because I know that's one of the things that we want to bring you guys next season, is getting into this rehab and how we fight and combat, you know, the actual issue with the youth, connecting the dots step by step. We found the problem, so now we have to start connecting ways to bring forward solutions to these parents, especially single parents, who most of their time is being at work and away from the kid, so that gives the kid so much free time to do these things because they're being influenced by so much peer pressure. So thank you. If you celebrate, please be safe. We want to see you season 5. We really do.
Yes.
So that, and get out in nature. That time is about to come, so start buying your seeds. Start looking into buying your community garden plots now. If you don't have any land, get your big buckets, paint buckets. They really work. Or the old chitlin buckets that are real big. They work. Paint buckets, big flower pots. You can grow fruit trees right in your home. So start just getting in tune, and YouTube should be your best friend. Any questions that you have, they're right up there.
So until then, make sure y'all stay caught up from season 1 all the way to 4. And we do so much on our off season, so we will be having footage.
We'll have some content
all Always, every Sunday. So make sure y'all pay attention and stay tuned.
Thank
love
you.
y'all. Peace. I'm your host, Kendell.
And I'm Semaj.
And this is our Leaders Only Show digital podcast. Peace.
www.mentalhealthchef.com.
Yes, sir.